Guys, let me know if it is not so much. I mean, if it is too much disturbance, let me know. Excuse me. So today we are focusing on something called validation, guys, which is one of the top most important topics in ASP.NET and even other websites also. Okay. So what is validation? It's a process of voice, background voice tool. One second, let me check. Is it okay, guys? I muted all. Yeah, guys. Is it okay? So let's see validations now. Yeah, guys. Validation means it's the process of checking the data entered by user is valid or not. Valid means it is, yeah, as per the given requirement, whether it is meeting the requirement of the application or not. Okay. So it's a process of checking the data entered by user is valid or not. Okay. For example, I want to check mobile number validation. Okay. Like to check the mobile number entered by user is valid or not. So how to check mobile number is valid or not? It should have only digits. Number one, alphabets are not allowed. Number two, only 10 digits. 10 digits and only alphabet digits. We cannot entertain any alphabets. So this is said to be the way to validate, what you call mobile number validation. Same way, something like email validation. Okay. Yeah, @ symbol should be there. Given email ID is valid or not. So how to check valid email ID? We should have one @ symbol and all small letters and @ symbol. After @ symbol, at least you should have some characters. Excuse me. So like that. After dot, again one or two characters. Gmail.com, Yahoo.com, like that. Dot in. After dot also, like that, you will check email ID. Same way, you may check a pin code number. Okay, to check valid pin code number or not. Yeah, Aadhaar number. Yeah, PAN number also. Huh? Account number. Voter ID. Yeah, voter ID. Bank account number. So these are all said to be some validations that you need to do. Because when you are registering a new user, we need to take some data from user. You know what happens if user is not entering invalid data? The problem is we will give a registration form. If user is not entering proper data, we are taking this data with the help of ADO.NET to SQL Server database. After going there I said, varchar of 10, something like that. Only 10 characters. But this guy gave 11 characters. So when you are storing there, so from here to server to database server, from database server to again server to client. It takes so much of time to go and check whether the data is valid or not. So that is why before storing or sending data to ADO.NET or database, first we will make sure that the entered data is correct or not. If it is correct or valid, then I will go for further process. That is said to be validation. So there are two types of validations, guys. There are two types of validations in ASP.NET. What is that? Not only in ASP.NET, in any technology. One is server-side validation and client-side validation. How to do server-side validation? Can be done with the validation controls. Okay? Server-side validation can be done with validation controls. And client-side validation will be done with the browser means we need to use some technology, right? Which technology? JavaScript or jQuery. Okay, so it can be done with the ASP.NET validation controls. Okay, which is said to be server-side controls. And coming to client-side validation, it can be done with the JavaScript or jQuery. So we need to use either of this. That is said to be client-side validation. Now, pros and cons. Which one is better? Which one is waste? Or which one is slower? Which one is faster? Can you guess, guys? Client side is faster. Client side validation faster than server side. What about server side? It's slower than? Yeah. Server side validation is slower than client side. Obviously, we know the reason, right? It has to go from client to server, checking there, coming back. To check mobile number is having 10 digits or not. Why should I send it to server? That is the reason we will do all those kind of validations using client-side scripting tools like JavaScript, jQuery or whatever. Excuse me. Okay. Client-side validation is faster than server-side validation. Okay. Now, which one is most widely used? I think I told you. We need to use both validations. We need to use both validations, server side and client side together. Validations together on a web application. Why two should be used? Because client side script can be disabled by client. End user can go to settings of browser, they can disable. So whatever code you have written in jQuery, JavaScript will not work. In that case, if server side script is there, server side validation is there, that will take care of it. That is why we have to write both the validations on a typical web application. Can be disabled by user. So it's better to write both of them. Okay, together we need to write. So that is what you need to say in interview. In interview they might ask you, which validation is faster? Server side is slower, client side is faster. Okay. Then why server side validation? Why should I write it? Because you said only it is slower, right? Then your answer would be because server side cannot be disabled by user. Like there is something called cookies. State management techniques, cookies. If you watch any website, you will get some alerts. Do you want to accept cookies or reject option? You can click on reject also. Same way, those are said to be client side technologies. Cookies also client side. Okay, you can reject or accept. Choice is yours. Same way, client side script may be rejected by or may be disabled by end user. So that time, whatever JavaScript code, jQuery code you have written will not be executed. That will be useless. Then server side validation will come into picture. If any user is doing like that, that is the reason you have to write both validations on a typical website, irrespective of the technology. It may be in ASP.NET, in Spring Boot, whichever Python, whichever technology they are using, they always write both validations on a web application. So this point is generic guys. It's not related to ASP.NET. It is also for all server-side scripting technologies. It may be PHP, JSP, Java Server Pages or servlets. To take whatever Python, Django, Flask, whatever framework they're using, everybody need to write validations on client side plus server side together. Clear? If Angular they are using some pop-ups from Angular. Angular pop-ups will come like that. Those are also client-side validations. Angular or React, whatever, all are client-side, front-end applications. Okay. Yeah, cookies. Cookies means whenever you are hungry while listening class, so you can keep a box, packet of cookies and you can eat them, so that you will be focusing on class. So actually, cookies are the tools for state management. If you want to store any data on the client machine, like on browser, if you want to store some client's data, like user ID, password, whatever details you want to store, that's why client cookies will never be used for storing user ID and passwords. Any other information which is frequently browsed by user. Suppose you are watching one website, they will ask you, you want me to accept cookies? If you say accept, next time when you watch the same website, it will go faster because you have accepted the cookie. It will take the cookie to the website when next time you are visiting, so that it will be faster. That's why cookies are recommended for the website which are genuine for you and you want to use them again and again. Accept the cookies. No sir, first time just I am watching, leaving, I may not use it further, means you can reject the cookies. There is no issue. Okay. Yeah, that's all about it. So we will discuss when we go to a topic called state management in ASP.NET, which is very important. There we will discuss detailed discussion on how sessions will be used, cookies will be used. There is something called query string. Okay. There are so many other tools. All those we'll discuss. Hidden field. Okay. So we'll discuss all these things. View state. They all will be discussed there. So yeah. Yeah, if you accept, the cookie is getting stored in the browser's memory. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, guys. So let's get started with excuse me. So if you want to do client-side validation, guys, we must learn JavaScript or a jQuery. So then how to do with server-side validations? So server-side validation can be done with validation controls. Because we have validation controls in ASP.NET, ready-made validation controls. You can use them so that your work will be easier. Okay. So if you want to do client-side validations, we need to use JavaScript or jQuery. I think I gave it already. JavaScript or jQuery or any other frameworks. Any other front-end frameworks. Okay. That's all about client-side validation and server-side validation. Okay. So let's see the validation controls, what we have in ASP.NET. So I will explain you, I will show you guys, the people who have laptops, open your laptops. start working on the same simultaneously, so that you will understand the concept of validation controls. Okay. So number one, there are some validation controls like required field validator. Required field validator. Okay. And there is something called range validator. And there is something called regular expression validator. So required field validator, range validator, regular expression validator, and there is something called custom validator, and there is something called compare validator, guys. Custom validator. And there is something called validation summary. Excuse me. So these are the validation controls that we have in ASP.NET. We'll discuss one by one how to make use of each validation control with the hands-on. Open your laptop and do it simultaneously, whatever I'm showing, whichever example I'm showing. So the first thing is required field validator. Required field validator. So what is required field validator? To check or to, accept or to specify mandatory values or mandatory fields on your form. Suppose when you are filling a registration form, you will have so many fields, right? When you are filling all the fields, we will be irritated. Why should I fill all this much lengthy form? We'll fill 2-3 fields, submit. So after filling 2-3 fields, submit, it will give you some error messages. These fields are mandatory. Mobile number mandatory, pin code number mandatory, email ID mandatory. So those star marks will come. Those are all called as mandatory fields, or those can be referred with the required field value. Required field means mandatory, compulsory, you have to give them. You can't skip them. That is the meaning of it. So this is used. This validation control is used to specify the mandatory fields in our form. So how many mandatory fields are there? Mandatory or compulsory fields are there on our form. That many required field validators you need to take. That many required field validators you need to add. Excuse me. Validators you need to add. That is the requirement. So if you have 5 mandatory fields in my form, I have 15 fields actually. Out of 15 fields in my form, 5 are mandatory, like employee ID, name, mobile number, email ID, pin code number. These 5 are mandatory. Remaining age, address, city, these are all optional. So the optional fields can be skipped, but the mandatory fields cannot be skipped. How do you refer them in database? Any people who completed SQL Server? How do you identify compulsory fields in your database table columns? Not null are called as mandatory fields. Nullable columns are optional fields. You may give or you may skip. Those are said to be nullable columns. But not null means mandatory. You cannot make them null means you cannot make them empty. Those are said to be mandatory fields. Guys, are you understanding? Here we call them as mandatory fields like required field validators. So if you have in database table column not null constraint or primary key column, here you should make them as required field validator. For that column you have to give required field validator. Okay, online people, anybody know database SQL Server? Yeah, not null, very good. They are giving responses already. Yeah, not null. Yes. Good. What about primary key? Yeah, it will not allow, it will not be null as well as not be duplicate. Yeah, not null and unique. Good, good. Yes, guys. Okay, that's all about, yeah. So what are the properties we have? These properties are important, guys. Like required field validator, what are the common properties? We know that ID is common. Apart from ID, there is something called ID, name of the control, required field validator one, something like that. Run at equal to server, we know that these are common things. Apart from that, control to validate. This is important property. Control to validate. What is ID? We know name of the control. Control to validate. Which control you are going to validate? Text box 1, txt ID, txt employee ID, txt roll number, like that we will give na. So name of the or ID of the control that you want to validate, you need to give here. Validate, we need to give here. Control to validate. Or you can say text box 1, text box 2, whatever is there. Give it. And then error message. This is important, guys. What error message you want to give if user skipped it? He did not enter any value. He's clicking on submit. Then what is the error message you want to show? So give that error message. Give the error message that you wanted to display. Okay. So these are important, guys. Run at equal to server. This is a common thing. So ID, run at equal to server are common, right? These we can't skip. Apart from that, these are the extra things that we need to focus. Control to validate a error message. These two you need to check. Suppose you forgot to specify control to validate, it will not run. So the important thing is to which control you want to set mandatory field. Suppose I have 5 text boxes. Out of 5 text boxes, text box 1 and 3 are mandatory. So add one required field validator for text box 1 beside the text box 1 and then select that required field validator, go to properties, control to validate text box 1 or the name of it, txt, emp ID, whatever is there, give it. Better to go with IDs only, txt, emp ID, txt, some pin code number, which are mandatory fields, those you give it. Okay. So that's what important about to know about required field validator and their properties. So these properties are common, guys, but these are the important properties that you need to remember. These are common properties. For all validation controls, these two will be there. And we will have some more extra. Suppose regular expression validator, we have something called regular expression or validation expression. There is a property called validation expression. Like that, you may have some extra properties apart from these two, but these two are common properties to all the validation controls. Is it clear, guys? So let's get started. We will design a form. Please do it along with me so that you can understand how this is working. Create a new project. ASP.NET Web Application.NET Framework. Next, selecting our folder. What we are saying, demo validation 1, I said. You can give any project name, guys. Demo validation 1, click on create. Web forms, I'm disabling this configure HTTPS. So I'm taking employee ID, name, okay. Excuse me. Name, age, salary, address, like that I'm taking some fields, out of which some are mandatory I'm keeping, guys. So let's design in the same style. So go to project, add a new form, add web form 1. Okay, right now it is like this, empty. Go to design. So here I'm giving I'm inserting something like a table, insert table. Some rows I have added. So here I'm trying to, so I'm selecting the first two rows, modify, merge cells, it will become single. Employee registration form, like that I said. Select it. Go to, where is the font, guys? Okay. So go to source view. We'll try to increase the font size by giving H1 here. Save it and see the design, guys. Yeah. Excuse me. To make it center, I'm using align is equal to center. So employee registration form is ready. And here I'm adding employee ID, guys. Okay, employee ID. So employee ID, I'm adding a text box, guys. Hope you're designing simultaneously, right? Text box, employee ID, text box. Name I'm taking. Another text box. Please do it simultaneously. Then age I'm taking. Okay, address. Let us take a text box and I'm going to properties of address. And here text mode is multi-line I'm giving, guys. So that it looks bigger. I can take house number, street name, all the stuff. City I'm taking. Okay. City, let us keep a drop down list. So that is the way you need to design according to the value requirement and value. What type of value you are taking. Pin code. Which control is better for pin code? Text box is better. Okay. So let's add a submit button. Okay. Yeah, guys. So my controls are ready. So we'll keep a label in the bottom. So on the label, I want to show registration success once all the fields are, given by user. So ID, I'm changing label ID, LBL message. The font size I'm increasing as XX large. Okay. So select every control. Go to properties. Where is this? Oh, it's not coming. Okay, select 1, 2, 3 control, hold control key and select all of them. Go to properties, font property. At a time I'm increasing font size for all, guys. Control V, XX large. See, guys, all are increased at a time. But XX large is too much, I think so. We'll make it as X large. Let's click on their control key, guys. Click on all of them. Go to properties, font, size, X large. Okay, it's good. Moderate. Okay, guys. Now what I want to do? I want to load some city names to this city using. Okay. And let's change this button BT and submit. I'm saying, guys, text property as submit or register changed. Label message I'm leaving like that. Okay. So coming to the text boxes, guys, please change it according to me. Whatever I'm doing in text box IDs. TXT employee ID, TXT EMP ID or employee ID without space, because IDs should not have any spaces. Please on the light in the back. Some people are sleeping. Last light. Okay. Okay, done. Done. Off this. Okay, fine. See, guys, TXT employee ID. And for this, and can we increase this? Actually, this is not movable actually. Okay, guys. So let's increase the font size of all. Okay, guys, it's fine. And excuse me. Okay, let's leave it. Let's run it, guys. Whether I know how it is getting displayed, let's see this. Let's see how the form is looking like. Okay, it's fine. Employee ID. We need to print, we need to type something here. Numbers only should be allowed and should write some validations. Name, age also numbers should be between some range. Age should be between 18 to 35, like that. I want to give some condition. Address can be anything. And here we need to select cities and pin code only numbers, that too 5 digits. 5 digits we need to allow. Submit. Then if all mandatory fields are filled, 6 digits, 6 digits, correct. So if all the fields are filled completely, then we have to say registration success. I mean, all the fields means mandatory fields are filled. Then I will say registration success. So if any one mandatory field is skipped by user, we have to show the error message. And we should not display registration success message. Got it? That is the actual task, for this example. Let's go one by one. So I change the property ID as TXT employee ID, name, TXT, E name or employee name, EMP name, and TXT age. Guys, are you changing? TXT address, TXT address, and drop down city, drop down list, drop down city, I said. Excuse me. Let's add some city names here by default. Go to items. Of course, we know how to add items at compile time and all, but here I'm adding some default city names like Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi, Mumbai, and something like Goa. So like this, we have added some city names, guys. Done. So now what we are doing is, drop down list name is changed. Coming to this is TXT pin code. TXT pin code. Done, guys. Text mode, yeah, we can change it to numbers if you are accepting only numbers. Like we will go to this properties. Text mode, single line, multi-line. Here we have an option called a number so that it will accept only numbers. Okay. So we can change it for pin code and age also. Age also text mode number. Okay, remaining all are. Let's try to do it. Run it. How it is working. I think the size of drop down is not good. So it is looking odd. So employee ID. So may have alphabets, numbers together. Name of course should allow everything. Age, alphabets I'm typing, it's not coming. Because number, right? So you can give like this. Okay. 23 or something. Address, multiple lines you can give. Automatically scroll bar will come. Drop down list, you're selecting something, and pin code number again alphabets, not allowed. You're typing but it's not coming. Only numbers are visible. Submit. Whenever I click on submit, I want to show that message. Let us write that line, guys. LBL message.text is equal to registration success. Of course, we are not doing any action here. Just we are saying message registration success. Okay. So let's run it and see, guys. If you are getting the registration success message now, then it's working fine. Then we will add validation controls and we will see how it is working. See, guys, I'm not filling anything. Without filling anything, I'm clicking on submit. What it is saying? Because we don't have any validation controls. So user may fill, may not fill. Directly click on submit button, it will say success, which will lead to problems when you go to database ADO.NET. As I told you, it will take data from here. I mean, what it will take if you don't have anything, null values, it will go there, ask ADO.NET, boss, I'm giving null values. It will take directly and give it to database. What database will say? Useless fellow, why you came with null values? Get out from here. Like that, it will shout on this, C# server side. Okay. What C# will do? That's why I told you, please keep some validation controls. That is the reason we are using validation controls now. So let's add validation controls one by one and we will see how their null reference exception will come. Okay. So instead of adding employee ID, suppose employee ID is mandatory. We know that the SQL Server table column is primary key column. We know very clear that it will not allow no duplicate values and null values especially. But still we are not filling employee ID. We are filling remaining details, submit. Obviously it will give you exception from the database. So instead of getting exception from database, ADO.NET coming back to client, browser and all, here only we are stopping everything. So with the help of validation controls. So generally validation controls writing is very tough actually. If you go to client-side validation, you will understand how much code you need to write. But please learn client-side validation also. I told you in the beginning, JavaScript knowledge, jQuery knowledge is highly recommended to learn. If you know both of them, you will be highly valued in your company. I know only ASP. These are very simple actually. Changing properties only 1, 2, 3 lines only. It's very easy to work with validation controls. But in interview, they'll ask you, tell me which validation control you use in this context. Suppose you want to check email validation. Tell me which validation control is suitable. Like that, they'll ask in interview. That is the reason we are learning all these things. But in real time, most of the companies will use client-side validations more than server-side. They will use it anyhow. I'm not saying that they will not use them at all. They will use. Plus, client-side is more prioritized. Because, it's mandatory. We have to use both of them together, as I told you. So let's add one by one, guys. Hope you are ready with your laptops. Created same form. Then why are you ready with laptop? You have done the same form. Yes or no? You have same form in your laptop? Please do it. Otherwise, write it. Draw it. Draw the form. If form is drawn, I will check everybody's notes. If that is not drawn, then I will send you out. So today is the last day to allow anybody without notes. Tomorrow, if anybody is coming to class without laptop, without notes, if you don't have notes, bring your laptop. Do not say that charging is off for laptop. You are coming with laptop means it should be fully charged. Okay? So please bring your notes to classroom. I asked already admin to check your notes. Do not say that it's in my bag. You have to open your bag and show the notes. That to ASP.NET notes only. Yeah, validation. We are checking validation. Client side validation. Server side validation. So we will check your notes every day, guys. If you are coming to class without notes means not allowed. You can inform to anybody. Say that Prakash sir is not allowed without notes. They will slap you if you say that I'm going to class without notes. Okay? People will come to class without notes, without pen, but they'll come with mobile with full charging. You know why? Mobile is very important than your notebook and pen. Mandate required field. That is what our bad luck. Which are important, we will ignore. Which are waste, we'll get it. That is why we are not getting jobs. Please ignore all the social media platforms. Okay? Then you will be successful. You keep on updating your Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, all the unnecessary stuff. And you are not writing notes because it is time waste if you write it. Refill will be wasted. I need to buy refill pen with 5 rupees pen, money waste. It's already there in soft copy, sending notes, right? Happy. You will save lot of money, right? Save that money. You will not get any job now. So you need not go to office every day. You can save that money also. So please write something in your notes. You keep your notes while you are practicing something. You should write some tips, right? Whatever I'm telling, extra points, all those you need to write in notes. I saw some students when I go to university classes, they are writing running notes. Whatever example I'm telling, they are writing that example also. At the end of the class, somebody, my coordinators, classroom coordinators went to those students and asked them, what Prakash sir told me today. They are giving right from my introduction to last Jai Hind, whatever I said last time. They are telling about everything from beginning to ending. Prakash sir told me about this example. When he worked for that company, he went to the training gap and everything they are writing. Whatever tips I'm telling, interview tips, everything they are writing, running notes. Like recording my session, how whatever I'm talking, same way they are writing in the notes. Today, evening 4 o'clock, I asked some students, same thing, notes. Some people came without notes. I asked online students, they told me, sir, we are writing notes, sir. While listening online class, they are writing notes. These people coming to offline class, they are not coming without, without notes, they are coming to class. They are not writing, offline people. In front of me, they are watching like YouTube video. Video session is over, they are leaving. You got my point? What is difference between YouTube video and online session? Both are same. No, for them it's okay. Online people are asking questions. I'm reading their messages, I'm answering. Offline people are happily watching, leaving, asking, sir, you forgot to send the notes, sir. Because that is my mistake. What is your mistake? You will not come. You will come without notes. You are coming to class. It's not a mistake. You are not writing anything. Monday onwards, I will check everybody. I already told them. Without notes, if you are coming, we will send you out. Okay, inform to anybody. Inform to Naresh IT management saying that Prakash sir is not alone without notes. Okay? So notes is mandatory, pen is mandatory. Don't say pen is not there, sir. Only notes is there. These all fellows will have mobile, but pen they will forget. Okay, they'll go to exam without pen. Highly talented people. Okay. See guys, it is whenever I click on submit, what is happening? Without entering mandatory fields. See guys, this guy is a Praveen, very good. These guys are writing notes, online people. Okay. Shame on you guys. You are coming without notes to class. They are writing every day. Online people. That's their interest. So let's add. See guys, let's go to toolbox. Here we are going to sections. We have different sections of controls. See guys, standard controls are there. Scroll down. We have data which are said to be edu.net database related controls, validation controls, navigation controls, login, web parts, expand validation. So whenever you expand validation, you will find all these things. Let me take a screenshot of this. These are called as validation controls. Let us keep it in our document. Excuse me. Okay. So anything is we missed out, compare, validator, custom, range. Yeah, all are there. So let's get started with the required field validator. So what I'm saying here. So beside this field called employee ID. So in this, for me, important fields are, mandatory fields are employee ID, name and pin code. These three are mandatory. Okay. So let's add employee ID. Here beside this employee ID, keep the cursor beside employee ID. Guys, are you doing? Beside employee ID, I'm adding required field validator. Double click. Okay. For one control, I'll show you what to do. Remaining controls you need to do. Add that required field validator. Okay. Then go to properties. Select, right click on this, go to properties or press F4. First one is ID. I'm not changing, guys. If you want to change ID, you can change it. As I said, you REQ employee ID, like that you can keep it. So I'm leaving it as it is right now. Required field validator 1 ID. So in this, what are the properties I'm changing right now? Control to validate. See guys. ID I'm not changing. Second one is control to validate. Click here. See guys, what are the controls we have on the form? All are visible. Drop down city, TXT address, age. So what is important right now? What is the first field that we are connecting to this? TXT, employee or employee ID. Please do it in your system. TXT employee ID. Error message property. What I'm writing here? Employee ID is mandatory or compulsory, like that you can write it. Error message. For color, I'm giving red. For color means font color. Please do this in your system. TXT employee ID is control to validate property. Error message employee ID is mandatory. For color red. For color means font color red, because whenever you're showing error messages, you should make them in a red color so that it will be alert. Same by default black color is there. That's why I'm changing into red color. In older versions, it was showing red color by default, but in latest version, he did not give it. So we are changing into red. So these are the three properties I changed it. Text property is also there. We will see that in upcoming examples, how to use text property. Right now we have used control to validate, error message, for color. These three we have used. Okay. Same thing you need to do for others also. If you want to increase font size, increase it guys. Let's make it as size as X large. Okay, double X large also can give it, but maybe too big. Okay, let's give double X large only. See guys, coming like this. Please do this in your system. Font size double X large. 4 color red, font size double X large. So it's coming like that right now. Why it is showing, sir? When user is not entering, it has to come now. When you run it, it will not show this red color. It will be empty, clear only. When you are not entering, then it will show you that. It will come automatically. You need not write any logic. Okay. Coming to the age, I'm going to the third column. Age is also not mandatory. Name is mandatory, right? For name, I'm giving one more required field validator. Double click, added, go to properties. So let me change the property control to validate. txt emp name and the error message. Employee name is mandatory. For color red, font size is double X large. See the output here. It's coming like this. Employee name is mandatory. And one more thing is, I think I kept control to validate, right? See the properties, guys. Control to validate, error message, font size, 4 color. Done. So the last control, third control is pin code. So I'm adding pin code also same way, guys. Okay, do it in the same way in your system. Third one, pin code. Select the properties, go to properties, control to validate, txt, pin code. See, because of naming convention, it's easy for us. If naming conventions are not there, text box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that you need to give. Text box 1 is for employee ID, 2 for employee name, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 is for, like that you need to count. This is what so many people are doing. Please change that style. Changing IDs, naming conventions is always professional. Okay, follow me blindly, guys. You will be the best developer. Okay, maybe late when you're doing it, maybe a little bit late compared with those people, but it is professional. Okay, yeah, txt pin code is ready. Now what I'm saying, error message, pin code is mandatory or pin code is must. Like that you can give it. Your wish, guys. Any message you can give. Pin code is required, something like that. 4 color red. Font size double X large. Done, guys. So I have finished all the 3 required field validators for my registration form. How many people are following? Are you understanding? Difficult? Easy. It's very easy. If you say this is difficult in ASP.NET, you are not suitable for ASP.NET. Very easy. Just we are adding controls, changing properties. We are not writing any line of code. But in JavaScript, if you want to do, you need to write a lot of code. Okay? So that also you need to learn, guys. They will ask you how to validate data using JavaScript, jQuery, like that they'll ask in an interview. So please prepare simultaneously JavaScript and jQuery whenever you find time. You plan your time yourself. Because companies are asking full stack developer, not only backend developer. So if you are really good at .NET technologies, you are called as backend developer. You are not called as full stack developer. Full stack developer who knows all these together. Front end, back end, database, all the 3. Then only you will be called as full stack developer. Please focus on that simultaneously. Let's run it now. Now we will see the difference between previous and this one. I am not filling anything. Just click on submit button directly. This time I got 3 error messages. I did not get this message called registration success in the bottom. Why? Because of validation controls. Validation controls will not allow you unless you give the valid data or you need to pass the condition. Whatever condition you have given, that is mandatory field, you have to fill it. So let's fill the first one now. Like 1001 I am giving ID. Now click on submit. This is cleared because that is satisfied. But remaining two are stopping you to display the registration success message. So you have to give name also. I said Ram. Submit. Still you are getting pin code is must. Give some pin code. 533133, something like this. Submit. See guys, registration success. Remaining fields are optional fields because I did not keep any controls or validation controls on it. That's why it is successfully registration is done because of the three controls. No sir, I entered here something. So you enter or skip something else guys. It doesn't matter about what it's doing. Give something. Okay. Say Hyderabad 5000 50. Okay, let it be. Submit. Registration success. So like this you can fill the form. Done now? So please run in your system and let me know any issues. Online people, please respond in the chat. Are you done with this? Yeah. Praveen, you are asking something? Working fine? Very good, very good. Super. So what about you guys? How many of you are done with it? 2, 3. Working fine? Error messages are coming, right? That's good. Which one, ma? Where should we find means? Client side, huh? Client side, yeah. I will tell you when we go to custom validator, there we will discuss. Okay? In custom validator, you can write JavaScript code. There I will write a small example. So according to that, you can continue your searching on JavaScript. Okay? Web forms unobtrusive validation mode requires script mapping jQuery. Please add script resource mapping named jQuery. Okay. I think guys, anybody getting error message? 2022, right? You are using? Yeah, here no issues for us. Huh? Yeah, jQuery, you need to write a line for it, guys. Please copy paste that error message in Google. So you need to write a line for it to get to escape from this message. Let me show you now. See, guys. So you need to write a line of code for to escape from this. So in configuration, like web.config, you can add this. Go to web.config file. So let's go to this. Here we have web.config file in the bottom. Double click on web.config. Click on yes. And here in app settings, you can add this. Go to app settings tag. App settings. Under configuration. Yeah, here and above configuration close, just copy this app settings, paste it. Now you run it, you will not get that issue. So copy and paste this above configuration in web.config and run it. So I'm pasting in the chart now. See guys, the chart I pasted. So go to web.config and paste this in above this configuration section. So then run it. Now I'm running. Actually, it's not required for me, but still I have added and I'm running. Let me check whether it is any problem or not. Okay. It's running my ASP.NET web form. And we need to go to this web form 1 and run it. Okay. It's running successful actually. For me, no problem. So it's working fine. So please add this in your web.config file and run it and let me know. Nagendra, please do it now. Guys, you also please copy paste, keep this message. So let me, you know. So in future you may get this, when you are working with validation, control jQuery or JavaScript, it may give you error. Please use this. Validation settings unobtrusive validation mode equal to value equal to none. So you need to add this line in web.config under app settings. Done, Nagendra, very good. Okay. Guys, please write down this. Let me copy paste it. If you are getting this error, so I'm keeping here. If you get the following error, so I'm highlighting this, guys. Go to web.config and write the following code in configuration section. Configuration section. This is what you need to write it. Let me copy paste it. This app settings code you need to write it, guys. Okay. So guys, please have a look at this. If you are getting any error, you need to do this. Okay, done. So what we have learned today in required field validator. What are the properties? Error message. What is that? 4 color font size, huh? Okay. So these are the properties that we have gone through. Done, guys. So we are successfully done with the first validation control called required field validator. Now we are moving to second control called range validator. Range. Range means minimum value to maximum value. Like it can be a number like age between 18 to 35 or any date from this date to this date. Like when you are applying for job, so they will say online application can be submitted from 1st of September. They will say like that. But today you are going and you are trying to apply. They will say, sorry, application submission is not allowed. Please try after September 1st. So September 1st to 15th, they gave time to apply for online job or online interview or anything. So between that date only you need to apply. So that is said to be range validator. From this date to this date. This number to this number. Like 18 to 35 years. In between this age candidates only can apply. So that is said to be range validator. So let's go to range validator now. Range validator. So it is a validation control which is used to accept data between the given range. that is minimum value and the maximum value. So the range should be in between, minimum value and the maximum value. So let's go to this, range validator, and we will see the properties. I'm clicking beside this, guys. We'll go to validation controls in the toolbox. Range validator, I double clicked. I've added. Select the properties, go to properties of range validator. First, let's increase the font size. Okay, we'll see the properties first. Common properties we know, right? Common properties. What are the common properties, guys? Common properties. ID run at server, forget about it. Control to validate, that's very important. Common property, error message common. 4 color font size common. Apart from that, we need to focus minimum value, maximum value, guys. Maximum value, it may be 35 because as per our example is concerned, 35 is maximum age and minimum value is 18. So 18 to 35, that is said to be minimum value, maximum value. Notes are dates. So minimum value is 1st September and maximum value is 15th September. Because this is what my range of something. And apart from these two, minimum value, maximum value, one more important thing is type, which some people are forgetting this type. What type of data you are taking? Integer, string, date, all those you need to mention there. That is called as type, which is important. So we will focus on that maximum value, minimum value. See the properties now. Properties. So what are the properties we are focusing? So let me copy paste all these things which are common. Okay. These are common things. So if the control to validate, idea of the control to validate, we need to give error message, color red. Okay. Then maximum value and minimum value, guys. Minimum value. Like I said you, 18. Okay. Maximum value, I said 35 as per this example is concerned. Maximum value. And then what is the important thing? Type. What is the type here? Integer. So let's see these now. And we'll try to test it how it is working. Error message is common, right? So what is the error message I'm giving here? Invalid age. Invalid age. Our age should be between 18 and 35. Age should be between 18 and 35. Like that I'm giving some message. Here what I give? This is range validator, right? Range validator 1. Here what I gave so far? Employee ID is mandatory. Like that you need to give. Example I'm giving error message. Okay, here example is txt employee ID. Is it okay, guys? txt age. Here error message. Yeah, guys, done. Let's go back to our application. Let's change the properties. Come on, guys. Control to validate. txt age. Okay. What is next? Come on. Error message. What should I give? Age should be in between 18 and 35. Come on, guys. Maximum value, minimum value. Anything else I need to change? Very good. You are not sleeping. Type. See, guys, there are so many types available. By default, string is there. Some people will forget to change this type into integer. They will run it. They will not get correct output. So integer, double, date, currency. I'm selecting integer right now. Done, guys. 4 color, font color. These are all common, right? 4 color red, font size double X large. Double value? Yeah, you can take double value, but you should enter values in double, right? For this you can take double also, no problem. But if you are expecting something like temperature, okay, or currency, 25,000.00, in that case you can go for double also, no problem. Okay, so let's run it and see. So we have to fill the first 3 fields, otherwise it will not accept, right? So first let us fill employee ID like 1001, name something like Ram I'm giving, age I'm not filling right now. So let's select Hyderabad and pin code 5 lakhs 50 or something like this. Age I'm giving 11, submit. See, guys, age should be between 18 and 35. Let's give something like 39 and then submit. You'll get the same message. It is not getting submitted. I filled employee ID, name, pin code, which are mandatory fields, but still it is not accepting because of 39. So if I give something like 25, then submit, you will get the message called registration success, and the amount, the error message is cleared. Means validation success. Okay, validation success means form will be submitted to server. Validation failed means form will not be submitted to server. That is the point you need to remember. Okay, done. So we have successfully finished 2 validation controls called required field validator and range validator. What is your task now? Please write the task in your notes. Do not say that notes I did not receive. That is why I did not do task. I hate this kind of answers. Please write the tasks. Okay. So what is the task? Create a registration form. Create a registration form which contains the following fields for a student to apply for a job. Okay. Excuse me. So name of student. Okay. Student ID. Name of student. So can I give in bullet points? Yeah. Name of student. Age. Okay. Applying date. Or we can say date of registration actually. Date of registration. That is a good way to say. City. Address. I think address first and city next. Huh? Address and city. pin code. It should be between 1st August September to 15th September 2024. It is mandatory. Should allow only digits. It is mandatory and should be between 18 to something like 29 or 28. And it should allow only digits, numerics or digits. Name, minimum 5 letters and maximum 20 letters are 25. Maximum 20 letters, 20 should be there. Letters means characters, guys, 20 characters. Address, optional. But should allow multiple lines. City should be selected by user from drop down list. Pin code mandatory. Allow only digits. So can you try 6 digits? Can you try, guys? You try. I'll tell you one more model actually. Before that, you know how to know the number of digits entered in a text box? How to know number of digits entered in a text box? Text box 1 dot or text box name txt, pin code dot text dot length. You got it, huh? txt pin code dot text dot length. Please write it in your notes so that you will know how many characters entered. According to that, you can write it. No, sir, without writing that length also I want to do that. I'll tell you. That is my duty, how to do. First, you try manually. So, text box name dot text dot length will give you how many characters entered by user. So, based on that, you write some if conditions and all, you do it. Okay? That's all for the task number.